With the holiday season looming right around the corner, you can expect the movie machine to crank up and start churning out some bangers. We all have high expectations for the big releases like Joker and Venom, but here are a few titles you might not have on your radar. The end of August brings a murderer's row of modestly budgeted films that promise to bring the chills, and our first entry even has some dark laughs. Greedy People stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Himesh Patel. A rookie cop and his seasoned partner stumble across millions of dollars after the newbie, Will, gets into a violent altercation while on a call. The two decide to keep the money and stage a scene with the body that puts them as far away from guilt as possible. A boring day in Providence quickly becomes the most exciting days of their life. This comedy thriller has must-see written all over it. Next up from Blumhouse, the producers of Megan, comes Afraid. This sci-fi thriller stars John Cho as the father of the Curtis family. They're selected to test a new smart system for the home that goes by the name Aya. This digital assistant has all the bells and whistles. It can learn the family's behavior and anticipate their needs. Small quirks from the assistant are overlooked as its programming yields more pros than cons. But of course, as any supercomputer does, Aya goes beyond its parameters and into dangerous territory. One minute, Aya is making a meal plan for the Curtises, and the next, hanging them up by the ankles. Maybe Alexa isn't so bad? I guess Aya didn't get that latest firmware update with Asimov's 3 laws. Next up, Naomi Harris plays the distraught wife of an abusive husband. She explains to her old friend she is at her wit's end with her husband's infidelity and mistreatment. She hatches a plan to snuff him out, but needs someone cold-blooded enough to deal the fatal blow. She doesn't have what it takes, but she knows her friend, played by Natalie Dormer, has the minerals and is willing to be a part of this deadly alliance as long as the plan is solid. We all know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. Well, it works the same way for women. How will the two react when their plan goes to pot? Have you subscribed to the channel yet? I post content weekly and would love you to add your name to those on my Ninja Scroll. For all you people out there waiting for a new Kevin Smith movie, have I got good news for you three. The 4:30 movie is a coming-of-age story set in the 80s. Ah yes, life before the internet. Going to the library for book reports, no cell phones, and movies were the bread and butter of weekend fun for any 80s baby. One summer's day, Brian asked his dream date, Melody, to the movie, and she says yes! All is well. Well, actually not. What kind of movie would it be if the fates allowed him to set off into the sunset, having gone out with the girl of his dreams without a hitch? Never that. As if everyone is out to get him in a collective effort, the theater manager, unwanted parents, chaperones, knuckleheads, and douchebags all work together in concert to keep him away from his goal, true love. Or at least that's what his loins are telling him. For you ladies out there, My Old Ass, the name of the movie, not the setup to my pickup line, a film centering around a girl on a mushroom trip that brings her face to face with a vision of her older self, played by Aubrey Plaza, is right up your alley. She comes head to head with some uncomfortable truths, dark desires, and some things she didn't know she knew. You know? Join Maisie Stella's Elliot as she experiences life, love, and wonder through a future lens that looks backwards with wisdom, if that even makes sense. Women are complicated. Moving on. Have you ever wanted to know what Marky Mark would look like if he was a schlub who had a regular job after his failed modeling and rap career went in the crapper? Well, have I got the perfect movie for you? Mark Wahlberg plays a pilot with the slightest touch of male pattern baldness who transports an air marshal and the fugitive in her custody to trial. The marshal, played by Michelle Dockery, gets suspicious when the pilot's demeanor throws up red flags. Action erupts when she, the prisoner, and Mark Wahlberg, turned surprise hitman, fight it out in the cockpit 10,000 feet above the Alaskan wilderness. I smell an Oscar, but I'll settle for danger, action, and suspense that will have me holding the contents of my bladder until the credits roll. Not only does November bring us turkey, but other things to be thankful for. One of which is the movie Heretic. Hugh Grant is a man fate has placed in the path of two Mormon missionary girls, played by Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. When the two attempt to bring the wrong person into the fold, they get more than they bargained for. The door clicks behind them, and from that point on, the old man is doing the teaching, and the news is anything but good. The two girls realize too late they're in the clutches of a madman who wishes to test their beliefs and their resolve. They can pray all they want to. I don't think Joseph Smith is going to help them out of this one. How will the girls get out of a house that is more death trap than it is dwelling? Will they cast off their beliefs for the sake of survival? Will it worsen their chances in the eyes of their captor? I'm thinking, yeah, it will. These chicks are dead. If horror movies around the holidays aren't your thing, perhaps you could take a trip to the East. In Weekend in Taipei, this latest vehicle for Luke Evans and Sung Kang smash comedy, action, and romance into one dynamic thrill ride. A ruggedly handsome DEA agent crosses an old flame while he's in Taipei on assignment to take out a crime boss he's been hunting. Not only is their desire set ablaze, so is the screen in this over-the-top spectacle that will bring action in spades if the trailer is true to the movie. It features everything from knife fights to car chases, hot women and shootouts. This comes from a screenplay written by Luc Besson and George Wong, director of How to Make a Monster and Swimming with Sharks. I, for one, will be front and center when it drops in November 2024. Well, not front and center, I mean like middle, perfect acoustics between top and bottom, left and right. I forget it. Well, that's 8 movies you need to put in the old mental Rolodex for the weeks ahead. We here at the channel thank you for watching and ask you to hit the like button on your way out. I'm Yobro Shinobi, reminding you, whenever you need news or movie reviews, look to the shadows and back it.